All right, welcome in everybody. We're just doing a little Sunday morning. We're gonna do some ritual here together, and I'm taking your Q&A, and I'm gonna answer everything to the best of my ability. So if you got that roadblock, if you got that little obstacle, let's get over it. It may just be your transformation. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on which side of the pond you're on. My little library. Hi. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're at. I hope you're doing well today. Heavenly, hello. It's great to see you back. Notification says, hey, hey, notification. That's a funny name. My little library asks, what's the ritual we're doing? So we're gonna do what we did yesterday. I'm going to open the fire gateway. We may not do this every single time. I might experiment with some other stuff, but I want to give everyone a chance. So we're going to do a ritual together while the gateway of fire is open, and we're going to bring about our desires through that. It's kind of like casting a wish, but we're going to use real magic. You're going to use real magic to do this. Where did my camera go? Oh, that was weird. I don't know why I did that. I've got my coffee. I hope you guys have your coffee too. We're going to need it today. Well, let's see. Bernadette, hello. Good afternoon. Happy 3 p.m. to you. Y'all bet says, am in need of money. Well, we are going to solve that problem today. I guarantee it. We're going to open up magic. You're going to use your own magic to bring the money that you need. Why? Because I want you to see just what you're capable of. I want you to see your own power. And it can be as simple as this. It does not have to be some big elaborate thing, okay? It's the afternoon in here. I just woke up from a nap and I can't focus on studying for the life of me. I've got days like that too. Can't focus on a damn thing. It froze. Okay, we had a freeze here. I don't know what that was. I think the gremlins are. I think the gremlins are coming in. A little library asked, can we manifest on multiple things? Yes, you can. Just not at once, so do one at a time. When you're casting a spell, it's typically better to get as focused as possible rather than, having a grab bag and trying to shotgun everything into trying to go after multiple things at once. Because that's how you focus your intention, will, and desire all toward one goal, and you can bring that about. Thank you for the wizard hat there. All right. So we've got enough people in here right now. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in and just let out the stress from the day or the stress before the day starts. If you can do that, let me know. I wish I could hear you, but I can't. I'm just going to have to trust you on it. Paulina, welcome in. Heavenly says, I was thinking of making a small personal book for the intention of manifestation, and simply whatever I write down would be manifested. That's a great idea. Can I give you some pointers on that? So when we write something down, I was talking about this yesterday. When we write something down, you're using electrons, right? You're using energy to write something down. So you're taking something that did not exist before, you're giving it energy, and now it exists on paper. If you use blue ink against white paper, that triggers your brain to use more neurons to read that as you're writing it. Now, I'm going to take it a step further. If you can write in cursive, your brain is going to use more neurons, electrons. It's going to use more energy to write in cursive. Or you could use a cipher language, a magical language, like the crossing the river alphabet. So you're writing stuff down, not to memorize it, but to take that idea, that thought, and to force it into the physical world. All right? That's essentially what we're doing when we're drawing a sigil. You're taking something, you're symbolizing a thought, a desire, and you're drawing it out on the physical plane. And you are manifesting first the sigil, which is the first portion of the overall manifestation. Notification says, I have a hard question. What's the difference between a basic manifestation and hardcore military manifestation? I'm not sure what you're asking here. I've never heard of a hardcore military manifestation. No, I think you're either doing it or you're not. And, Montauk. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, so I wouldn't say I'm qualified to give you an educated answer on that notification. Heavenly says, oh, wow, thank you. I definitely keep those in mind. You're very welcome. Extreme manifestation where people can respawn everything. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I haven't heard of. This is the first time I'm hearing about it, but thank you, notification, for sharing that with us. The creepiest thing I've experienced. Oh, man. I'm going to assume you're talking about in matters of spiritual things, because there's plenty of creepy people out there. The creepiest thing I've experienced. Probably the very first time I ever called upon the goddess, the Morrigan. That got real. Because I was outside, and I had, if you go back to my older videos, I had this thing built for years. It was just it's called a wiki up. And it's just this outdoor sort of primitive shelter. And I used that as sort of my, let's call it a shaman hut, so to speak. I would do a lot of my practice in that. And years back, I went out there and was just laying inside of it. I had some incense going. It was dragon's blood incense. I was calling on the Morrigan. I slipped into a trance, and then it seemed like not much time had gone by, and I felt the air shift, and I start hearing footsteps circling around my hut. And it was so intense. The energy, it felt like there was a predator, like a panther, stalking around me. And this presence just comes in, and it's just over me. Almost by the invisible force had me pinned down. And telepathically, I hear this queen-like feminine voice just say, "Ask." And it was creepy, but it was insanely awesome. And so I was devout to the Morrigan for years after that. And she was one of those, if I asked for it, it would happen. But I had to work for it. Can you demystify Enochian magic, or is it that creepy? What do you mean by creepy? I haven't seen anything too creepy about it. I don't know if there's anything to demystify. I mean, I think it's probably misunderstood. I've only gone so far into Enochian magic. It hasn't been a regular part of my practice. So I'm probably I'm not qualified to give you a worthy answer on that one, Darren, to be honest. You want to talk about like the Goetia? There's several ways we could demystify that. So many ways. N8RB photo moment. I might be not saying your username right. Yo, how are you doing? I'm doing resplendent. Oh no, I think we froze again. What do we got? Is it just gonna do this all the time? Let's see. Here we go. Solomon's Temple. Solomon's Temple is you. I'll let you go down that rabbit hole. You are Solomon's Temple. Yeah, but finding joy. Yeah, shoot me an email and let's talk. I remember you were one of the first people who came to me who I talked to over the phone, and it's just awesome to keep up with you and to still hear from you. Almost 2 years later. Yeah, shoot me an email. Blurry, yeah. Shama Grand Rising right back at you. I'm still waking up, guys. I was up till 3 in the morning, and so I'm doing the best I can with the coffee I've got. Is this around the time I plan to go live moving forward? Yeah, probably. I'm seeing how this does. I want to get as many people to come in here as possible. So I'm trying out mornings. Mornings works best for me, but it doesn't always work best for the majority. So we'll see what happens. Whatever time I do end up landing on, that'll be what we mostly stick with. It's not going to be random. Josephina, what made you change your hair color? Just curious. It was about time. It was, so I don't know if you've ever been naturally light brown before, which this isn't my natural hair color. This is actually too light. If you've ever been naturally light brown or blonde, and then you dye your hair black, as soon as the roots grow out, you look like your hair is falling out. And I got sick of having to maintain that. And so I said, F it. I'm just going to go the more natural route and not have to keep up with all of that. I don't like having to keep up with dyeing my hair and keeping it freshly black and all of that. It looks cool. And in fact, I'm more comfortable with darker hair for some reason. But I've been dyeing my hair dark since I was 17 years old. I freaked my grandma out first time I dyed my hair black. It was such a great conversation. Finally, yes, it was. It was such an awesome conversation. If I can ask, what was your funniest story with the energies you're working with? Watching all my enemies go mentally insane. That's always funny. Do some of the goddess entities want loosh? Sorry for my, what do you mean by that? I'm assuming life force in the way talk about it. I don't know. I'm assuming you're not meaning the other stuff. Probably. The chaotic, from what I understand, Lush, the chaotic energy from all the despair and everything else. It's why we're always at war and all of this other stuff, and it produces loosh, and so the entities just feed off of this. I mean, any energetic being is going to feed off of energy. I don't think it matters which ones necessarily. Perfect mid-afternoon here in Germany. Good afternoon from the USA, particularly the Appalachian mountain region over here. How many days can you destroy someone? How many days you can destroy someone? Flavius. I'm not sure I understand the question. How long does it take to destroy someone? Or how many days can you work on destroying someone? Magically speaking, I found it most powerful to let them do it to themselves. I might just send a little nudge and I wait it out. Because that's a true mark of being a powerful magician, is when you can be patient. When you can outlast everybody and wait a good 2-3 years. That doesn't just go for baneful magic, but think about everything else. If you are patient with magic, you can have everything you could possibly desire. If you can outlast your impatience, there is nothing, I mean absolutely nothing, you cannot have. But humans, it's very difficult to be patient. Is that your first cup of coffee? Hell no. And not my last either. I've been drinking coffee since I was 5 years old. That's why I have so much chest hair. Nope, Bernadette, I'm not dyeing it when the weather changes. I'll dye my back hair maybe. I don't have to look at it. Can you hear me? Shama says, detach from it and forget about it. Yes, indeed. How can you make a spirit bring someone back to you? You cannot make a spirit do anything. You can ask a spirit to do that, depending on what does bringing someone back to you mean. Are we talking about a deceased loved one? Or are we talking about an ex-lover, former lover, a friend, a pet? Who are we talking about? If you can't make them do it, but you can petition them to do it. You can ask them to do this for you. I would develop a relationship with them. Mackenzie, so great to see you. Good morning. I'm glad I caught this. I didn't realize you were doing lives now. I'm doing lives now. I am doing lives now. It's awesome to see you. Mackenzie is a day one. When I first came out of the closet on the internet, I think it was on Threads. Mackenzie was there. Might have been on TikTok. I started doing what I do. Mackenzie was one of the first ones there. Celestial Priestess, I do want to give you some actual good advice. We live in everybody's trying to make money, and everybody's saying, get my obsession spell because you're going to have your lover back in 2 weeks. And I'm going to be honest in a way that's going to serve you most powerfully with bringing someone back into your life in the matters of love. Okay? The fact that they are not in your life right now is a reflection of the inner mirror. What can you change within yourself to cause the outer reality to reflect back to you? I want you to think about that. Is it that person, and this is where you've got to be completely honest with yourself. You don't have to answer here, but I want you to answer this to yourself. Is it the person that you feel like you've lost connection with? Or on a deeper level, is it feeling the need to feel desired, to be understood, and to be loved? I want you to think about that. Did that person make you feel understood, desired, and loved? If the answer is yes on any of those three, then those are things you don't truly feel about yourself inwardly. And so you're experiencing right now your outer reality reflecting that back to you. So when you begin to work towards yourself and stop pointing the finger saying, they have fear, he has fears and insecurities, he's this, he's that. Ask yourself, why do I not love myself? Now, this is being bold. It sounds harsh. But you got to cut down to the truth so that when you ask yourself these questions, a feeling comes up, an emotion, usually some sort of pain. And when you feel that pain, it's that you're pulling that aspect of yourself out of the outer darkness, out of the abyss, right? And you're bringing that part of yourself, the part that feels unlovable, unworthy of love, misunderstood. You're pulling that part of yourself, or multiple parts of yourself, out, and you're just having a conversation with them. You can write this down. Write these questions down and sit on the answers. Answer yourself. It's all about feeling these things. And when you get down, you keep asking yourself different questions. You go deeper and deeper, and finally you cut down to the truth of it, because you don't not love yourself. There's just an imbalance there. You don't misunderstand yourself. There's just an imbalance there. You don't not desire your own company. There's just an imbalance there. And so when you're able to pull that out and look at it for what it is and get down to the truth and know that you are worthy of love, that you are lovable, and that you understand yourself, you're going to change your whole vibration. And you're going to pull a person to you that is worthy to walk hand in hand with you. Here's what you got to understand about magic, especially in regards to love. I would say almost all magic. It's got to work inside out. You start within, and as you change that, you're going to see the outer reality reflect that back to you. Have you studied a bit about the books of Damon Brand? Yeah, I love Damon Brand's work. Raphael's ancient manuscript of talismanic magic. I found a copy behind a wall at a bus stop. That's awesome. That was meant to be. That was the beginning of that started out your quest. Go deeper into that book. Let it unlock things for you. Appalachia. Had any experiences with the, quote, skinwalkers, etc.? I'm sure just giving your enemy's name will F them up. So we don't have skinwalkers. I know it's popular. We don't have skinwalkers in Appalachia. That is more of a West Coast thing, closer to the Navajo people. A skinwalker is essentially a shaman who took the dark path. All right. What we do have here is we have all kinds of things here, but the closest we have here is probably the Wendigo. And I did have an experience with that almost 5 years ago. I went solo camping up in the mountains near the Cherokee Reservation, really on the Cherokee Reservation. I packed my backpack. I didn't bring a tent. I just brought my sleeping bag and something to, not a sleeping bag, but I brought a hammock and a wool poncho that I used as a blanket. And I hiked up past miles away where there's no people, nothing. And I get to my camp. I check everything. I'm a tracker, so I'm checking everywhere for footprints, signs of, I want to make sure it's not a place where bears come through. We have Black Panthers here. And I just wanted to check everything, make sure I can sleep pretty peacefully. No human footprints that were fresh, things like that. Nothing had been through there, it looked like in weeks. So I was good. I camped right next to a river and it was rushing. The water, you really couldn't hear anything. So I got everything set up. And there's no phone signal up here. There was a little bit of phone reception down at the base of the mountain. And so I decided I'm going to go back down, check in with my wife, let her know I made it and everything. I hiked miles back down, got to where I had like one bar, managed to get a call through. She's good. I'm good. I'm alive. And by then, it is dark. So I'm hiking back up this mountain in the dark. And this thick fog begins to rise up. I'm walking through the fog. And if you've ever walked through thick fog, and you have a flashlight on, all that light does is reflect back. It bounces off the fog, and you can't see anything. So I turned my light off, and I was in total darkness. And as I'm walking, I felt like I was being followed. I felt like something was stalking me. And so this is where things get interesting. I'm starting to have things come into my head. Like voices. I'm hearing voices enter my head, like mockery, laughter. And I'm seeing images of like a mountain lion jumping out on me and, attacking me from the shadows. All sorts of things. And so I could almost hear footsteps behind me, but I wasn't sure. And I'm just like, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. As soon as I make it back to camp, I'll be fine. I don't frighten easily. I'm not quick to get scared. But something about this fog it seemed unnatural. Even though it was natural. I mean, this area is almost like a rainforest. It's always foggy. That's why they once called it the land of blue smoke. And if you stand up on the mountain ridges where you observe these mountains, the fog looks like blue smoke everywhere. And I'm hearing this laughter. I'm being followed by something. There's something nearby. I'm thinking somebody's messing with me. This is beyond just me giving in to my own imagination. There's something or someone messing with me. And I'm walking and it just gets more and more intense. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to see if I can shut it out. And there's a practice I do called the sacred silence. And you bring yourself into a state of complete silence. I said, maybe something's stalking me, but it would be best if I just silenced my mind, silenced my entire being. And so I took a few breaths, I call them command breaths, and triggered the sacred silence, which actually passes you through a veil when you do this. And all of a sudden the voices stopped, the laughter stopped, and I felt this calm wash over me. It was like whatever tried to get a hold of me let go. And so I finished the walk back up to my camp, and I get there. It's completely fine. I decided to go to bed for the night, and I woke up about 4 a.m. just completely shivering. It was mid-March. You get up high enough in the mountains that the mist just gets to freezing temperatures. It doesn't matter how warm it is. I said, well, there's no use laying here trying to get warm. I need to get my blood flowing. I decided to just pack everything up and start walking back down. And it's better than hypothermia and dying up there alone. So get everything packed up. This is where things get absolutely crazy. Right below where my hammock was, right beneath where my head was laying, there was, it was a stick about this long. I have a photo of it. I have a picture of it. And there was a handle carved into the bottom end of the stick, and the front end was sharpened. That was not there when I went to bed. Something told me to leave it there, so I just snapped a photo. There were no footprints, nothing like that. There's just the stick placed beneath my head. In the moment, it didn't register to me, or it didn't freak me out or anything. I just thought it was interesting. And I decided to leave. I felt like that in itself was more like an initiation. It wasn't like something trying to keep me out necessarily. It was an initiation. I felt like I passed it. I realized deciding to go into the sacred silence was what basically passed the test. And given the stick, that was sort of a symbol of congratulations. They're in 666. What's up, dude? What's up, my brother? When you hear another voice that's yours but isn't, it's not you, right? It could be a mimic. I don't know. It's going to depend entirely on the context. I haven't met anyone worthy for 6 years now. He awakened my feelings. You're going to see that happen. Fewer and fewer people seem worthy of your affection, of your time, of your attention as you grow, as you ascend. You know what? I feel this now. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's someone else. Celestial. There is someone making their way to you right now. There's somebody being prepared for you right now. They're preparing themselves for you right now. They may not even know it. They don't realize it. But the distance is growing smaller and smaller and smaller. Have you ever had your enemies appear in your dreams? Yes. And I obliterate them. The Emperor, when that happens, look a little bit deeper into it. In the occult world, we're very quick to say, oh no, Baneful Betty appeared in my dream. She must be trying to curse me. Look at what she symbolizes, and look what part of yourself that person who's in your dream symbolizes. What did they do to you? How did you feel when they did that thing to you? When they made themselves your enemy, whatever they did to you, however they crossed you, what did that bring up in yourself? Did it make you feel insecure about yourself? Did it test your identity? Did it figure that out? That's the deeper lesson, right? It's not always they're actively trying to attack you, yada, yada, yada. But sometimes there's a deeper message there, and it's in the mask of your enemy. And it's an opportunity to step into power. What's your take on deja vu? It's a glitch in the matrix. No, all timelines run together. When I experience deja vu, I look at it as I've been here before. I've experienced this already. I've been manifesting this. I've been making this my reality. Alicia asks, what is the talk about? Magic, demons, angels, spirits, cryptids. And we're about to open the fire gateway here and start our manifestation ritual. So get that ready, guys. Do you have the picture you took? Yes, I do. I'm gonna upload this video, this live, the replay to my YouTube channel. And I'm gonna have the picture in the YouTube video, so you'll be able to go over there and see it. I saw your book. It looks interesting. I will buy it as soon as I get paid. Can you talk about it? So the Book of Command, I set it up in a very particular way. as you're working through the book, as you're practicing the spells that I have in this spell book, you are awakening and opening up your own power of sorcery. Okay? So you're learning to channel these energies into what it is you do. And then the spells get a little bit more progressively advanced, but still simple. Some of the most powerful magic is going to be the simplest magic. And it gets all the way up into angelic and demonic sigil magic, using the seals of certain entities as spells themselves, as gateways of power, in order to draw what you desire in life. That could be, to influence the minds of others, the emotions of others. That could be to draw money, large amounts of money to yourself. All sorts of stuff. But it starts with the really, really simple stuff. And by the time you get to the sigils, you're already an advanced practitioner. This isn't something that's going to take, this is something you could master in maybe a week. So, as you're doing this, you're seeing this work for you in a very short amount of time. Sigil magic is very fast-acting and potent magic that can pull stuff. I'm talking hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. I've used it to influence the minds of people at banks when I've been taking out loans, which is difficult to do as a business owner. During my first year of being a business owner, because they're like, "You're a business owner?" No, we need to see like 2 years worth of a paper trail there. We don't know. And then my agent called me. I used a particular sigil and influenced the bank, and he called me a few days later and was like, "I don't know how, but you're approved." Boom. You can just use this to advance through life. Literally make anything you want happen for you. So go click the link in my bio and pick up the Book of Command. And if you want to go deeper into the demonic and angelic sigils, I have a I have a recorded workshop called Sigil Magic Mastery. That would be the next step up. I would go check that out as well. And it's proven. Hundreds and hundreds of people have come back to me and said, "This is crazy, this worked, I can't believe it." I'm not talking about just coincidences or just practical stuff, all right? Someone used it. I don't know if this is illegal or not. Somebody used one of the sigils I've got in there, and they were at an ATM withdrawing money, and it spat like double the amount out. So I'm not going to name their name, but I did not condone it. I said, "Well, don't tell me that. Don't even tell your dog that." But I'm just telling you the power of these things and how they can manifest. It's insane. I'm blown away every single time. Have you ever thought about making guided meditations? I have guided meditations on my Patreon, actually. I have one that guides you through the sacred silence. It teaches you all about the sacred silence, which isn't just a meditation, it's an activation. So you learn how to cross the veil anywhere, anytime, no matter what you're doing throughout the day. Rather than lying down and meditating, you're learning how to actively walk through life halfway into the spirit world, okay? And as you're doing this, as you're developing these senses, you're learning. There's a mini course within the meditation that teaches you how to supernaturally heal yourself and others. There's a specific exercise. I talked about this. You go into the spirit world, and you're sort of in this astral matrix, so to speak. And you find the pain, you find the problem, whether it's an emotional pain, whether it's a physical pain, whatever that is. I don't care if it's a broken bone. I don't care if it's a sickness. I don't care if it's depression. You take that and you give it a symbol. You give it a shape. And then you take that symbol and you wrap it into a ball. You're imagining this. The funny thing about the imagination, you think you're just imagining it, but you're actually perceiving it. And you're using your will. You take this ball and you shrink it smaller and smaller and smaller until it's really tiny. And then you pass it out from yourself. And it dissolves into the world. Now, this is testable in real time. I'm going to tell you now, if you can make some sort of pain disappear, even for 1 second, you've worked a miracle. You've worked a miracle. If you can make it disappear for 1 second, then it's not that much of a reach to make it disappear forever. You can do this for yourself. You can do this for others. I've done it for many others. I've been able to use this power, which there's nothing special about me. I wasn't born with a mark on my forehead. I'm just a normal dude. I've healed ankles. I've healed high fevers that the doctors could not figure out, caused by mosquitoes. You name it. I've seen cancer shrink. This power, I'm telling you guys, this power is very real and it's very accessible. It is your birthright. Everybody is able to do this. And it's easier than you think. If you can dedicate 1, maybe 2 weeks tops to learning this, you're going to have the full power to not only heal people, but you can travel, you can soul travel outside of your body, explore different areas, and you can prove this, you can test it in real time. You could try this today. Go imagine that you are traveling outside of your home. Go to an area that you've never been before, but you know exists. An area that you've never been before, but you know exists. Explore around. Pay attention to every little detail. Just imagine it. Just pretend you're doing this. Just pretend in your head that you are traveling. See it. Don't just see it like you're watching a movie on a screen, though. Try and feel it. Imagine what the ground would feel like beneath your feet. Touch things, touch buildings, touch trees, whatever it is. And notice the things that you see. Is there paper on the ground? Is there a rock here? Start to notice the details. Use your awareness. And when you start noticing these things, then you can come back. Go to that actual place in real life, and you're going to be blown away. You're going to be blown away by what you find, because the stuff that you saw when you were there, just in your imagination, because imagination's not real, when you're there in real time, you're going to start to see the golf ball on the ground that you spotted, or, somebody, you might find a piece of trash on the ground. Now there's a caveat here. Sometimes, because this is why training in this is so important. What you see, what you perceive when you're soul traveling is still being filtered through your conscious mind, your physical mind. So you might see, let's say you see a large rock like this on the ground in the middle of the road, and you're thinking, oh, that's a rock. Well, you go there in real life, and it's a wadded up ball of newspaper. Your mind, you saw something in the spirit, but you couldn't really, your mind needed to make something up to make sense of it, right? So the more you practice this and the more you learn how to silence yourself, silence the physical mind through the sacred silence, the more and more accurate you're going to get with this stuff. You're going to be a little bit off at first, but you're going to get more deadly accurate to the point. And this stuff is very real. That's why governments paid millions and millions of dollars to run programs. I've got to be careful what I say here. I mean, that's all public information anyway. Like, to go spy on other people. You could get somebody to test this with. You could get somebody to write a letter and fold it up and just write like a number or something. Write a few numbers or draw some simple shapes and go see if you can figure out what these shapes are. Go see if you can see that letter and see what's on it. I'm going to get the camera back here. I'm going to get caught up here on the chat. And then we're going to start the fire of manifestation ritual here together. Eldoria Crow, welcome, greetings, my friend. Heavenly says, that was an awesome story. Well, you're brave. I would have freaked. I did freak out. There's sometimes stuff still happens in my temple and in my home. It freaks me the hell out. Celestial, the same guy I'm talking about, or another one? I'm not sure. The only thing I'm getting right now is that worthy love, true love that is in resonance with you. What's happening right now is there's this creation process. All right? There's a gestation period happening within you. Gestation period that's happening within you, and the birth of something beautiful is following. It may not be exactly how you expect it, but it is going to be better. It is going to blow your mind. And you're going to look back and realize that this is all you have ever wanted. So it might be that guy. It might be that guy. He's going through his own internal transformation. I know that much. He's going through his own process right now. At the same time that you are. That's what it means. That's what the true meaning of a twin flame is. It's a mirror. It's not two people that are meant to be together in that way. It is two people who are mirrors of each other. As you transform, he transforms. As he transforms, you transform. And you initiate that transformation within each other. No matter how distant you are, no matter where you're at. What do you advise someone trying to connect to demons or perform spells, but in secret? Well, family, use the power of secrecy. Your family doesn't have to know all your business. You don't have to announce it to the world. Go into the secret place. You don't. Thank you for that manifesting. Thank you for that manifesting. I'm telling you now, you can practice it without it being your outer identity that everybody else has to accept, at least for the time being. You don't have to win everybody over. And you can practice every bit of this within as you meditate. You can sit down and close your eyes and meditate, all right? You don't have to set up big magic circles and have it look like a dark satanic temple that family could walk in on. So figure out a way, make a way, make a way. Is there something in spirituality you are scared of and wouldn't touch the topic? No, I would talk about anything in spirituality. Although there's some things that I probably can't get away with talking about on TikTok Live because of community guidelines. But other than that, there's nothing I'm shy about talking about. But you could hit me with it. You could hit me with it, and I can see if I can talk about it. And if not, book a call with me, book a consultation if it's something you really want to go deeper on and talk about it, where there are no rules. Celtic Queen says, "Can you tell me about the Hat Man?" So the Hat Man, from how I understand, if you're seeing the Hat Man, this is a guardian. The Hat Man is a guardian, particularly of children. Imagine doing a domination spell or love spell on some cryptid. It would be the most crazy thing. I'm gonna have to try that next time I see Bigfoot. Just to throw a love spell at Bigfoot and run for my life. Nina 1922. I have one question. Why would anyone want to have contact with demons like Lilith? Why? Demons. Why demons, not goddesses? They are goddesses. Demons, what we think of as demons today, were once upon a time ancient gods and goddesses of another place, another time and place. They didn't become demons until some other culture decided that they were the enemy, that their people were the enemy, so their gods had to become evil gods. Their gods had to become demons. You know, all a demon means, the word demon comes from the Greek word daemon, which means genius or guiding spirit. It means genius or guiding spirit. We did not turn demons evil until it hit Latin and got Christianized. Ms. Mel says, "Your sigil course was great." Thank you so much. I'm glad you got value out of that, and I hope you've been able to use it. The sigil course is Sigil Magic Mastery, and it's still available in my bio. It's like 3 hours of intense training on not just how to make sigils, not just the basics, but actually becoming someone who is a master of these things. You can accomplish this in a short amount of time. And in the course, in the training course, you're working real magic in real time. So if you're doing the work during the workshop, you're going to have things manifesting for you after the workshop. All right? Could be the same day, could be that week, could be within a couple weeks. Usually it's within 7 days or so. Besides the Book of Command, do you sell any other more advanced books on your Patreon? Not books, but I have a lot of different teachings and instructional things on Patreon that I'm continuing to add to. I have an entire astral magic course. I've never seen anything like it. I made the astral magic course that I could have used when I was first learning it. And it's fully guided, and in the process of it, you're learning astral magic in real time. You're able to employ astral magic to make real world changes in your life. Innate RB says, I love creating sigils. It's art. It's the moment, and it's creation. Art is creation. What do you advise someone trying to connect to demons or perform spells, but in secret? I think I already answered that. Mackenzie says, I have both those books. They completely changed the way I do magic and are well worth the money. Thank you so much, Mackenzie. Everybody listen to Mackenzie. She knows what she's talking about. What's your take on near-death experiences? I was CPR'd for 2 to 5 hours with a very nasty experience. I mean, it was bad. It was an initiation, and you lived to tell about it. That is, usually when that happens, it's awakening something within you. It is carrying you forward, helping you craft your destiny as the co-creator. How about dream travel or dream walking? I can't speak on it too much. People say that I do that, but I never intentionally do it. Now, I have had a few enemies where I have intentionally focused towards that, where I'll stay up till when I know that they're nice and asleep, and I will project myself. I will soul travel, shapeshift into something terrifying and pay them a visit. I become like Freddy Krueger. I cannot die. The other day we got pounding on our door in the middle of the night and nothing on the Ring camera. Ooh. That's spooky. You know, I've had that happen. I've had people, they were people once upon a time, maybe. I've had people walk through the house at night. Spirits walk through the house. Babies crying. Strange animal noises. When I was working heavily with the angels 8-9 years ago, that was some paranormal activity. I'm talking, something was banging on the door. And there was like this, when I got up to go to the bathroom, about 3 in the morning, I'm working with all these angels. And I'm just hearing all this whispering all around, all through the house. And I hear, and boom, I would catch angels just I would see them as tall as the ceiling. Just be standing in the dining room whenever I'm having breakfast. And it's like, what's the message? What are you showing me? And they became guides. They became guides of mine. A lot of the time when spirits start acting out, when there's heavier activity, they could be trying to show you something. They could be trying to get your attention for something. They're not just trying to scare you. They're trying to get you to ask questions. They're trying to get you to remember something. I have trouble with meditation. Do you have any tips? Don't overthink it. That's a joke. Quiet the mind. I know that's easier said than done, but focus on your breathing. Focus on your breathing. Focus on your breathing. In fact, let's all do that now. Let's just start to breathe. As I'm speaking, I want you to focus completely on your breaths. Not my voice, but your breaths. Focus on your breaths. I want you to think this. Think about this. Ask yourself, what will my next thought be? What will my next thought be? Your brain cannot produce your next thought when you think this to yourself. It creates a loop. It closes the loop. Start there. I'm looking to get started. What book should I buy? You could buy my book, The Book of Command. I think that's I would say that's a good starting point. There's some other, if you're talking about just like basics of the basic. Ooh. What would be like beginner? Maybe if anybody has any good beginner books, throw those in the chat. I can't. My book, Book of Command, is meant to. It's a beginner book, but it's meant to kick you out of the nest fast. Celestial Priestess. I'm Greek. Oh, that is awesome. Is there a way the spirits leave you after dealing with them for some time, or that's not happening? Are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like a more malevolent spirit that's invading your home that you did not invite in, that's been bothering you, or a spirit that you've invited to work with and they haven't departed from you? What do you mean by that? There's so for the ones that you invite, the ones that you actively work with, you tend to start to create a bond with them, a strong tether. And you're not going to break that tether. Once their energy becomes a part of you, that spirit is a part of your life. Even if you never work with them again, they're always going to be a part of your life. Captain Hook, WTF is going on here? You are. Welcome aboard the Black Pearl. Bernadette says, highly recommend the Sigil workshop. I was a part of it myself. Yeah, Bernadette was there when it was done live. I know it's powerful too. It was powerful. I want to do another workshop. What would I do a workshop on though? I don't know. Maybe you guys have some ideas. Fallenhorn says, I found a love note my ex hid in my book. Had Duke Salos's sigil drawn on the back. What purpose? I can't remember what Salos's powers are. I've never really worked with Salos. That might be something worth you investigating. Go deeper. What does that mean? Why was that? There are no coincidences. Was that Salos reaching out to you? Sometimes these spirits will work through people to reach out to us and try and connect with us. Do you ever use herbs in your rituals and spells? Yeah, I do. First, I'll use mugwort, which is a cleansing herb, and just to purify the room of negative energy, or to bring in good energy. I have used certain herbs to go into the rituals themselves, especially working through the Necronomicon. You're using certain grasses and things like that in your offering bowl to summon the Watchers or certain gods and goddesses. So I'm leaving. Just wanted to say, very calm and deep energy you have. Really enjoyed it here. Come back tomorrow. We're going to do it again. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time in R8B. In 8RB. I butchered that. But yes, thank you. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so happy to have you part of this community we are building here. Hi, Tulia. Great to see you again. I like your setup here, Eldoria. Yeah, so I bought podcasting equipment months ago, and it mostly went unused, and then I figured out how to use it, and so I'm using it now. And I figured out how to use it with TikTok, so big bonus. The Narco Destroyer said, I started with High Magic, Damon Eccles, very basic. I haven't read that one, but Damon Eccles is an amazing author. And people, they sleep on High Magic. They sleep on High Magic way too much. I'm telling you, you want to get powerful, and you want your low magic to work, your spell casting, go through the High Magic. And you're going to see bigger and bigger things manifest in your life. You're going to see your Black Hand of Sorcery be able to reach out, and where some stuff, it might have taken you a year before, you're going to be able to do it in weeks, days, hours. The time gap shortens as you work through it. Tulia says, I think for beginners, some from Matt Aron and Michael Fury. I haven't read either of those guys. I recommend Damios' book, though. Thank you, Tulia. And thank you for all of those recommendations, guys. The Psychic Witch. I think I have the Psychic Witch. I might. It might be on my bookshelf over there. If it's the one I'm thinking about, that's a very good and it's a very practical book for awakening your psychic abilities, your psychic faculties. Silky J says, I have no idea how I ended up here. I like it though. Welcome, Silky. Welcome. We're gonna open up the fire thing. I've been saying this for like 45 minutes and I haven't done it yet. You guys keep getting me sidetracked. Salos, Fallenhorn says, Salos, associated with affection, connection, and causing romantic love between men. That's right. Salos. Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you this. So I haven't worked with Celos personally, but this goes with any spirit. Don't try and just have them force a connection. Have them evolve. Have them evolve this connection with yourself first as they're doing that. As they're doing that, because you don't want some temporary relief. You want long-term fulfillment. That's going to be your best bet. Alex says, thank you for your replies. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here again. $sign says, do I have to pay you to help me out? If you want to book a call, you can do that on my website. Yes, there's a fee for me to have a one-on-one call. We're going to sit down and talk about what you've got going on, your own personal situation. We're going to go in depth. And every person so far that I've had a call with, it has been just as transformational as having a ritual done for them. By the time the call is over, their life has changed. So you go to www.damios.com or click the link in my bio, and you can book a call, and we will talk about whatever it is you have going on or whatever it is you want to talk about. There is no judgment. I meet you where you're at, and I'm very good at understanding people in their situations. I've worked with people all over the world, and they have all had transformations just from having a call. Do you work with Mother Lilith or have a connection with her? Yes, I do. And I'd say, especially if you're on the Luciferian path, your work is incomplete without Lilith. Lilith and Samael, that is your masculine and your feminine energies coming together and ascending your serpent of fire. Mail shop for you. I binge watched all of your videos on TikTok. Well, thank you. Hopefully you skipped over the long-winded ones and I didn't talk you to sleep. All right, let's do the gateway ritual. Let's get that started. It's time. So we got a brand new candle here. So we're going to have to consecrate it first. Make sure the camera is working. Ah, perfect. So when I consecrate a candle, I'm going to show you how I do this. Let me make some room here. Very simple. This is a great way to practice your sorcery. So if I were to just light this candle, it's going to have some effect, but ultimately it's just a candle. We have to use alchemy on the candle, okay? Alchemy is where you change the spiritual substance of one thing to another. You see alchemy even in the Catholic faith, okay? Think of when they have communion during Mass, and they have wafers and they have usually wine. And so they will consecrate the wafers and the wine to change the spiritual substance of these things, right? It's no longer a wafer, it becomes the flesh of Christ. It's no longer wine, it becomes the blood of Christ. So this is an act of alchemical transmutation. So we're going to do this. We do this with all of our magical tools. We're going to do this with a candle. So this is no longer a candle, it becomes a living being. And you can imbue a candle with whatever you want. So I want to turn this candle into purely a gateway of manifestation. All right? So what we're going to do, so I want you to breathe with me. Begin to breathe. Start to relax your body. And just feel the tightness around your eyes begin to soften. Feel the muscles in your face begin to soften. Feel the top of your head begin to relax and loosen. Your neck begin to relax. Your shoulders relaxed. Your arms relaxed. Your chest relaxed. That tightness around your chest, feel that relax right now. As you breathe, feel your abdominal area relax. Your lower back relax. Your legs relax. Your feet relaxed. Your entire body just completely relaxed. I want you to imagine fire just above your head. Imagine a little fire about the size of a golf ball right above your head. This fire is your connection to all of creation, all of the universe. And it's okay to just pretend that it's there. It's okay to just imagine that it's there. Imagine that as you breathe, this fire becomes bigger. It expands outward more and more, more and more. I want you to imagine this light, the light from this fire moving down through the top of your head, through your head, and as it's moving through, you can feel the warmth of it. Try and feel the warmth of this fire as it moves through you. It's relaxing, it's bringing calm, it's bringing soothing to you. Moving down through your body slowly, calming, soothing, relaxing, and healing. Healing your body, healing your mind, healing your emotions. Down through your body, down through your body. You're awakening your astral body of light. You're awakening your astral body of light. Your body has been filled with this light. It's moving through you, healing parts of yourself, healing the fibers, the tissues, the muscles. It begins to glow out just on the surface of your skin. Try and feel the light shining a little more. You're going to feel it, you're going to notice a little more around your face and your hands. Around your face and your hands. Know that as this light is within you, as this light is awakened within you, you're fully connected to all of creation. You're fully connected to the universe itself. And you can reach out and create change. You have the power to create and destroy. This is your own godhood awakened. Now for this candle, I want you to imagine now. Don't try to imagine, but try and feel this raw creative potential. This raw creative potential. Knowing that you can do anything. You can speak it and it will be so. Let that awaken an emotion within you. Let that awaken an emotion within you. Is that emotion power? Is it gratitude, thankfulness? Is it love? Feel that more and more. Feel that more and more. Feel that more and more. Imagine that as a color. Maybe it's a more concentrated version of this light. Or maybe it's the color of the candle. Maybe it's this blinding white light that you see within yourself. Imagine you're reaching out toward this candle, and all of that white light energy is moving to your arm right now. If you find this difficult to imagine, try and feel it. If you find it difficult to feel, tell yourself that this is happening. Say, the light is being formed within me. The light is moving into my arm. Imagine this light moving to your fingertips. Moving to your fingertips and starting to move down out to the candle, completely saturating the wax. Completely saturating the wax. Creature of fire, I awaken you from outer darkness. I call you forth from the abyss. Creature of wax, I destroy your old life, your former life, for it is no longer useful to me. I, your Creator, give you a new life and a new purpose, to become a vessel of pure manifestation, of pure creative potential. Creature of fire, become the gateway to all of creation. Let us be able to cast our desires into you and have them be made manifest. Awaken now, awaken now, awaken now. Right now, I want you to bring to mind something that you would like to bring into your life. It could be big, or it could be small. It could be just having good luck today. It could be a blessing coming in today. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a new home. It could be a new vehicle. Whatever that is. I want you to bring that into your mind. I want you to feel your want for it. Feel your want for it. Make it real. Maybe you just need some good luck to finally happen for you. Maybe you feel like you've been stuck. Maybe you feel like you need to catch a lucky break. Are you feeling stressed out? Feel that stress. Feel that frustration. Maybe it's a new job opportunity you want to bring in. Maybe you've been feeling ignored, underappreciated, undervalued, or that you just can't get ahead in life, that you're barely scraping by. Feel that frustration within yourself. I want you to imagine now, imagine that opportunity is here. Imagine that opportunity has found you. Imagine that opportunity has found you. What does that opportunity look like? What does that blessing in your life look like? You could leave it open. Just imagine yourself excited. Start to picture yourself excited, happy, maybe relieved, full of joy, full of gratitude. Don't just picture it. Allow that thing that you're picturing. If you can't picture it, try and just feel it. Imagine that where you're sitting right now, the blessing's already come. Where you're at right now, the blessing has already come. Let that rise up within you. Let that power rise up within you, that emotion. If you can't imagine it, tell yourself you're imagining this. Tell yourself, I'm seeing the blessing already here. We're remembering the future. We're remembering the future by creating the future. Feel it, feel it, feel it stronger, feel it stronger, feel it stronger. Imagine that feeling and that image fading from you and flowing into the fire. Imagine it flowing into the fire. I want you to speak to yourself. You can whisper, you can say it in your mind, or you can say it out loud. As though it's already so, not it will be so, but say it's already so. When we say it will be so, right? If we say, I will have a new home, that leaves it open for a time gap. If we say, I have a new home, I have a new vehicle, I have the job opportunity, it closes the gap. Feel as though you already have this. Feel as though you already have this. Speak this out loud. What do you have? What do you have in your life now? What do you have in your life right now? I want you to start to feel thankful for that thing that you have right now, or feel relieved that you have it right now. Say, by the powers of my magic, it is so, and it is done. I'm going to leave the candle open. If you guys have been present for this, you got the deluxe package. Anybody else coming in? You can just start typing in your desires or hitting that like button. Think of what it is you would love to have and hit that like button. Solidify it on the material plane. Solidify that on the material plane. In fact, everybody else, go ahead and hit that like button. Declare it so. Declare it so. It is yours. Heavenly said, I yawn so much. Good. You were in between worlds. That's the right place to be. Thank you for those hearts, everybody. Thank you for those likes. Jess, I declare it so. Yes, it is so. It is done. And what you want to do is just remain open. Remain open. Know that it is so. Know that it is coming. Stay in that vibration. Stay in that vibration. All right? As you walk through your daily life, stay in this resonance of the blessing is here. And guess what? That blessing is going to come. I guarantee it. Drew King, I feel the shift. Yes, I feel the shift too. I feel the shift. Things are breaking open. The things are breaking open for you. Things are breaking open for each and every one of you. The obstacles are being dissolved. That thing is making its way to you right now. That thing is now materializing. You formed it in the spiritual world. You formed it on the astral plane and in the spiritual planes, and it's now being created on the physical plane and making its way to you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You are welcome. That thing that you felt like you've been lacking, it is making its way to you as we speak. There's been, what you've just done is cast a chain, a series of events that are going to seem like coincidences, but it's going to be a series of coincidences that lead you right to that thing. All right? It's coming. It's coming. There's been a timeline formed, and it is coming. Is it common to have a headache? It could be if you've generated that energy. It could, a headache could happen. I want you to know there's somebody watching right now. This is just a message that came to me. I'm feeling this. You've been waiting for a long time now, and your ship is finally sailing in. Your ship is finally sailing in. I know this is going to be you if it resonates. This might be a couple of people. We're all here on a similar wavelength. We're all here on a very similar wavelength. My camera just cut out. I'm still here, though. I'll see if I can figure this out. All right, I'm back. I'm feeling this. All right, there's 4 people right now. There's 4 people watching right now. You're going through a transitional period in your life. You're moving through a transitional period. It's been chaotic. It's been stressful. It's been dark. But you're on that boat sailing to calmer waters. You're on that boat sailing into calmer waters. That is coming for you. You've got to get through the roughness right now. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Know that it's going to be okay in the end. It's all going to be worth it in the end. You're going to look back and say, I'm so thankful it happened the way it happened. I'm so grateful that I learned what I learned through this whole process. I'm feeling the goosebumps. I'm feeling the goosebumps. Miss S says, my screensaver on my phone is a ship at sea in a storm. That is you can't get more synchronistic than that. I'm telling you, your ship, you're leaving the storm. I can see the blue sky. I can see the blue sky just beyond the clouds. It's coming. Stay the course. Stay the course. Jess says, I feel the cold washing over me. Lean into that feeling. Lean in. That is the energy. That is the energy. That is your energy. That is the spirit of this whole thing. It's a reminder. It's a reminder. It's a message. It's a message. S says, do I need to accept what happened? LOL, because I never deserved any of that. No, you didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve what happened to you, S. But you know what? You survived. You made it through. And you're coming back. There's a big comeback happening. You're becoming stronger than ever. You're stepping into your power right now, S. You're stepping into your power. That's what you need to accept. You need to accept that you're stepping into your power. Heavenly says, thank you. Well, I can resonate because I'm 18 and not in the safest space in the Middle East. I'm trying hard to escape. Needed this. S. Now, I've got a few friends living over there, and they're practicing some of this stuff, and it can be very dangerous to practice this stuff over there due to laws and things like that. Move in silence. I'm hearing move in silence. And for the time being, you're going to get out. You're going to make that transport. In the time being, in the meantime, imagine now that you are surrounded. You're surrounded by this radiant light. This radiant light is surrounding you, and it is acting as your protective shield. It is shielding you from the danger. It is shielding you from the danger. There's somebody watching right now. There's somebody with us right now, participating with us. Like you have a loved one who's had a really hard time. I think I'm getting medical issues, their health, they've had health issues. It hasn't looked good. Be there for them. Let them know you care. Diabetes, blood sugar issues. Yes. Let's actually put some energy toward that right now. That healing energy toward that right now. I know you're watching. I want you to just imagine that healing energy washing and completely restoring, completely healing your loved one. Restoring the pancreas, restoring the blood. From the inside out, from the inside out, from the inside out. By the powers of magic, it is so, it is so, it is so. My dad has Parkinson's. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's get a fresh flame going. Let's get a healing flame going. Creature of fire, awaken. Awaken, be the healing flame by the power of Raphael. The power of Raphael. He who stirs the pools of Bethesda. He who stirs the pool of Bethesda. Raphael. Raphael, I call you forth. Raphael, I call you forth. Move upon Manny's dad right now. Move upon Manny's dad right now. Work through the mind, work through the body. Start to reverse that Parkinson's. Bring improvement and restoration right now, Raphael. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm feeling Raphael's energy pretty strongly right now. I'm feeling Raphael's energy moving through. Raphael, as a worker of miracles, a worker of miracles. You know what, Manny? It is by the power of your love for your dad, your connection to your dad. By the power of pure love, by the power of connection. Raphael, I send you to Manny's dad, Manny's father right now. Work healing upon him. Work healing upon him right now. In gratitude, by the powers of magic, Raphael, it is so, it is so, it is so. Somebody watching right now, they have personal, you yourself, you've been dealing with a pain. You've been dealing with a pain in your body. A pain in your body. Is it the lower back? Or is it somewhere in the back or in the shoulders? I want to say. The back or the shoulders, maybe. Maybe the back of the neck. Okay. I think we've got a couple here. Okay, we've got a couple here. Raphael, I want you to imagine right now Raphael's energy. It's an emerald green. If you can picture emerald green, or just know that it's there. Know that the energy's rising up within you. Moving up through your back. Moving through your neck, your shoulders. Raphael's energy is coming for restoration. Restoration right now. Restoration in the muscles, the tissues, the ligaments, the tendons. Inflammation being reduced, inflammation disappearing, pain receding, pain receding. Imagine right now, I want you to try this on yourself. By the power of Raphael, imagine that pain. Feel that pain right now if you can. Search for the pain. I want you to give that pain a shape. Just give it a shape. Maybe that pain feels like a needle or a sharp knife or something. Just give it that shape. Imagine it. Think about it. Qualify the pain. Feel the pain is real. Thorns. Thorns is a good one. I want you to imagine those thorns. Imagine that thing, that symbol that you've created. Imagine it in that area. Imagine it in that area. Begin to form it into a round ball. Form that pain into a round ball. I want you to imagine the Archangel Raphael's hands wrapped around that ball and shrinking it smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. Shrink that pain smaller. Shrink that pain smaller. Shrink that pain smaller until it's so small, it's smaller than a marble. It's the size of a pea. I want you to imagine that pain passing out of your body. Imagine it floating out from your body. I want you to imagine it just dissolving into ashes. Ashes in the wind, separated from you forever. Raphael is working to restore you right now. Raphael is working to restore you right now. For some of you, this is going to be instant. For some of you, this is going to be very instant. But for some, this is going to be a gradual process. Remember, we're following the chain of events. We're following the chain of events. Follow the voice of magic. Raphael, thank you. There's somebody here who has fallen on hard times financially. A couple people have fallen on financial hardship. That's breaking open right now. That's breaking open right. Remember, we're heading into calmer waters. We're heading into calmer waters. Your big breakthrough is coming. Your big breakthrough is coming. The money is coming. But you're being guided right now to look at where the leaks are. Look at where those leaks are. Right? You are a vessel, like a vase that holds water. Money is like water. And there are leaks. This could be the way your relationship to money, the way you think about money. Search for those leaks within yourself. Why does the money slip through your fingers? Or it could be the way you value yourself. Start to search for that. Allow that to start to be alchemized. Allow that to start to be transmuted. Let your vase fill up, and not just fill up, but overflow. Overflow. Because there's so much money coming for you. There's so much money coming for you as you patch up these holes, as you heal these gaps, these cracks. It's going to be able to overflow, and you're going to become a vessel of blessings yourself. You're going to be able to reach out and bless those around you. Right? You're going to be able to feed the hungry. You're going to be able to feed the hungry. There's someone here, you have a heart for animals. You have a heart for animals. And you're going to be able to do so much more for the animal kingdoms, for the stray dogs and cats. You're going to be able to do so much more for those because you become a vessel. You become a vessel of blessings yourself. The universe is beginning to recognize you for this. You're becoming a tool that can be used to bless others. Jess says, I'd love to be able to help homeless people. You're going to be equipped for this. As you step into it, you're going to be equipped for this. There's a few people here. I see mending hearts. There's been a pain within your heart. Some sort of heartache or heartbreak, emotional distress. I see the webs of your heart being swept away. I feel your heart is on the mend. There is healing happening for you right now. There's healing happening for you right now. There's someone here standing on the brink, on the edge of a new level of ascent in Magick. You've been following the voice of Magick, and you're standing right there at the threshold, right at the gate. Everything is just waiting on you to step through. Step through and claim what is yours. Claim your power. What is it that you're so afraid of? That's what I feel. There's a fear keeping you at the threshold. Walk through that fear. the Narc Destroyer. Today I consecrated the second pinnacle, the Son of Solomon. Today's a perfect day for that. Sunday, the day of the sun. Let that power flow through you, flow through your life. Jess, I see you. We all see you. Do you see yourself? That's the real question. Start to see yourself. Not for who you think you've been, but who you truly are, who you wish to be. See yourself for your potential. See yourself for the loving person that you are, the amazing person you are. That's power. Can you speak about if Satan has any relation to non-duality or the source? Yes, Satan's just as much a part of it. The adversarial current is just as much a part of the Creator and creation as everything else. Satan is a part of you. You have an inner adversary. And you are part of the Creator. Being seen is scary, yes it is. But you know what? When you step out into the light, that's where you shine. That's where you shine. It's scary. It is scary being seen. It is scary putting yourself out there. It is scary for someone to look deep into your soul. It's scary to look within your own soul. If it weren't, everybody would do it. But you have the power to do this, Jess. You have the power to be seen. You have the power to see yourself. I know this. I see it in you. The only illusion is that you can't. Remember, guys, the fire gate is still open. Type in your desires or hit the like button for an unspoken desire. And through your own power, you're going to call forth this desire from the flame. Jess says, I've been trying to reconnect with my ancestors, both indigenous and Irish. And you know what? They've been trying to connect with you. They've been working on getting your attention for much longer than you think. Turn your attention to them. Know that they're there. They are there. They're listening. They're listening. What are they saying back? What are they saying back to you, Jess? Where are they guiding you? Heavenly says, you've done so much for us through this live. Is there something we can do energy-wise for you? You can hit the like button at the very least. Your participation has done so much for me already. Or you could donate gifts through the thing there. And that goes towards my coffee fund. Coffee keeps me running. That would be very much appreciated. Thank you, Jess, for the rose. Thank you, Jeffrey, for the love you so much. Kim, thank you for the heart. Tulia, thank you for those roses. I'm scrolling up through the gifts that people have sent. Sneaky sent a donut. Thank you. I love donuts. Sneaky sent a heart. Sneaky sent a manifesting. Celestial Priestess sent a heart. Alex, thank you for the heart. Easy 657, thank you for the rose. Alicia Luna sent an applaud. Thank you for that applaud. Nefertiti sent a heart. Thank you for that. Shama sent a heart. Thank you for that heart, Shama. Jared sent a heart. Thank you for that heart, Jared. Ms. Mel sent the hat of joy. Thank you for the hat of joy. Blessings be upon you. Ms. Mel sent a heart. Ms. Mel also sent a rose. Thank you for all of those beautiful gifts. Thank you for those gifts. Coffee keeps everyone running. Yes, it does. It's miraculous. Coffee is an alchemical substance. Coffee is an alchemical substance. It utilizes earth, the coffee grounds, fire, the heat that roasts the coffee grounds and brews the coffee, water, air, as the air touches the surface of the coffee, cooling it. And spirit, lots and lots of spirit. Instead of coffee, we run on black tea, and I drink my fair share of black tea as well. You cannot go wrong with tea. I have a question. Can we manifest winning the lottery? You can, but I'm going to tell you this. Manifest portals of wealth, portals of money, avenues of money, rather than a chance of winning the lottery. The lottery, I think it's a 1 in 6 million% chance of winning, and this could take years. Start manifesting ways to increase your money now. Open up portals of money, and it will serve you not only right now, but for the rest of your life. Jess says, I want to reconnect the ancestor abilities. I know they're there, but it's just out of reach, it feels. It's within you. It's not out of reach. It's within you, Jess. It's within you. Your ancestors are here to teach you these things. Where are they leading you to? Alex says, I'm having hot chocolate with almond milk. It always gives me energy. You cannot go wrong with hot chocolate. I keep wanting to go to New Orleans. Don't know why, though. Lean into that. What's in New Orleans? Maybe there's something there. Maybe there's a message there for you. Maybe one step on your path is going to be in New Orleans. Maybe it's just an energy you need to come in contact with. Heavenly says New Orleans reminded me of vampires and werewolves. I believe them. Very much so. We have those here in Appalachia also. I want to go to Chicago and meet Michael. I cannot pronounce his last name for some reason. We need a French person here. I was in Chicago 2 years ago. That place has got some strong energy. That's got some really strong energy and very good pizza. Voodoo Gnosis, yes. You know, the Voodoo Loa are very powerful spirits. That's a very powerful magic. And he says, I'm always drawn to Salem, Massachusetts. That's on my bucket list to go to Salem. They seem like one of the last real places on earth that really celebrate Halloween and make it magical, like a big festival and last all month long. I want to go to Salem. I've been looking at doing something like putting together a retreat in Salem. Maybe. I haven't decided if Salem or maybe somewhere in the mountains and just getting a huge cabin that'll fit maybe 10 people. And we can just work magic together for a few nights. And everybody would have their own rooms. If I could find like a big haunted house in Salem, I would do something like that. Ismail asked, what made you choose France for your retreat? Any plans to come to Germany? Eventually coming to Germany. France, I don't know, it just opened itself up. It was originally, we were going to do a retreat in Wales, and decided the timing just wasn't right. It was, I was feeling a lot more drawn to doing it closer to the autumn time of the month. And France just kind of started speaking to Matthew and I. Matthew is an alchemist, and we wanted to put some sort of retreat together. So we found this old castle in France, in Normandy, and we are hosting a retreat. So we've had people join us already, and we're taking in a few more people. So we're going to gather in this castle. Everybody is going to have their own rooms. We're going to be working rituals. We're going to be learning a bunch of stuff. We're going to be summoning spirits together. And I have no doubt everybody who's there is going to walk away transformed, 10, maybe 15 times more powerful than when they walked in. I'm excited. I'm so excited. So if you're interested in coming to the retreat in France, you can go to the link in my bio. It's the first link on my link tree, and you can grab a ticket. Now, whether you're in the UK or you're in the US, we've been able to set Klarna up on both ends, so you will be able to get your ticket now and pay later over the span of, I think, up to 1, maybe 2 years even, and in small payments. And so money would not be an issue. You would just have to, if you're having to travel to get there, that's all you would have to worry about. Tulia, I'll join in spirit at least. I'm going to summon your spirit there, Tulia. You can count on that. Jess, I will summon your spirit there too. I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm not gonna summon people's spirits. That could prove chaotic. I do that in ritual. When I'm doing ritual for somebody, as in ritual for hire, oftentimes I will summon their energy, a portion of their soul, into my temple. And I found that to be so much more potent because I'm imbuing their spirit with that energy. That's how I do it. I record my rituals in full. When I'm performing a ritual on your behalf, it's not just on your behalf. You're doing it with me. I have you participate with me. Kind of like what we've done in this live, except far more intense. And so especially with like the 5 kings of wealth, right? To open up the gates of wealth in your life. And people have reported to me they just start sweating, or they feel the energy so intense they can't stand up, or their dreams are just so vivid and wild, or they're just so full of energy. And then the blessings just start opening, the manifestations just start flying into their lives. I love it every single time I do it. I've got to do tomorrow. It's more of a healing rite for somebody. Heavenly says, well, you look like the trusted adult. I trust you with my life. I appreciate that. All right, we're about to start wrapping up, everybody. So I'm going to take a few more questions. If you have questions, throw them in the chat down there. And I'll get those answered, and we're going to end our meeting for today. And I'll see you tomorrow. Ms. Mel, I really appreciate you too. Thank you so much for being here. Heavenly says, have the best day ahead. And I'm so glad and grateful, sending you love and energy. I'm sending you love and energy too. You have a beautiful day ahead, evening ahead. Heavenly. The Narc Destroyer. I've been doing the sacred silence, and I can see 360 degrees around my body now. That's how you know you've made it. The final step, imagine that you have floated just outside your body to the other side of the room. Turn around and see if you can see your body laying there. Jess says, I feel like I have blocks. I don't know if I do. Blocks to your power, blocks to your ancestors. Is that what you're talking about? I'm going to assume. I feel like one of those blocks, at least one, I'm sensing there is an unconscious fear. There's an unconscious fear. What would happen if I stepped into this unknown territory? What would happen if I truly embraced this power? There's a fear that something might go wrong, because there's been times in your life where you have stepped in and have done what you thought was the right thing, or what was the right thing, or you've stepped into an opportunity only to have chaos unfold in your life. Things seem like they go wrong. And so there's a fear of what might go wrong. That might be worth looking at, Jess. That might be worth looking at. I want you to know there's a way we can reframe this. If that comes up, what if it goes wrong? I want you to flip that on its head and ask, what if everything goes right? What if everything goes right? Kim says, this has been insightful. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Wicked Bruja says, enjoy the rest of your day. You too, Wicked. You enjoy the rest of your day. Ms. Mel says, well, I just got up. My pain in my back is gone. That's what I'm talking about. That is the powers of magic. That's the power of your magic. I want you to know you did this. This is your own godlike power. And you're seeing this in real time. And if you can make your pain go away, imagine what else you can do. I want you to know, Ms. Mel, I'm very, very proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Heavenly says, yeah, and my real name is Heaven. Haha, thank you once again. Heaven, thank you for revealing your real name. Have a blessed evening, and may the powers of magic be upon you. May they work through you. Have a nice day, and don't drink too much coffee, my friend. I've already drank too much coffee because I've got to pee like my life has no tomorrow. It's one of the reasons I've got to get off of here in a second. I could just start wearing a diaper. I might, you know what? I'm just going to start wearing a diaper for you guys, and I'm just going to pee myself, and I don't have to get up and take any breaks. Jess, yes, that fear, look at that fear. Look at that fear. See it for the empty shadow that it is. See it for the illusion that it is. You might step into things might manifest in your life, and it seems like everything's going wrong. It might seem like there's chaos. But no, there's a rebuilding happening. There's a reshaping happening. When you begin to manifest things into your life, I want everybody to pay attention. Pay close attention right here, right now. When you begin to manifest things into your life, or you begin to make contact with your true power, you are given an invitation. Okay? This invitation feels like you're being tested. It feels like things are going wrong. And they very well might be. All of a sudden, things get a little shaky. That fear comes up. That sense of panic comes up. The frustration comes up. This is an invitation to go deeper and look at that fear, look at that frustration. This is most often your inner child. This is your inner child speaking to you, saying, I don't feel safe going where you're taking me. I don't feel safe. I want to keep us comfortable. I want to keep us in the safety. I want to hide right here. Don't go into the dark. Don't go into the unknown. But the moment you step through the unknown and these fears start to come up, go be with your inner child. Speak to your inner child as though your inner child's right in front of you. I want you to go back down memory lane. Look down memory lane. Try and find the first events where things went wrong when you were a child. When the money problems started coming up, your parents were fighting. See these situations in your life. See those moments where you felt powerful, but it blew up in your face. Right? When you were just being you, and somebody mocked you for it and made you feel bad about it, go back to that moment and be with yourself. Be as your present self, right? Your most powerful self right now. Go back to that. Be with yourself and say, talk to yourself, say, we've got this, right? I'm here for you. I'm here giving you the support that you need. I'm here understanding you. I'm here listening to you. I'm here loving you. And watch what happens. Watch what happens. All of a sudden, you pass the test. You have slayed the dragon. You have slayed the dragon that's in front of you. You have integrated your darkness. And the manifestation comes. Why? Because you're ready for it now. You're ready for that amount of power now. All right, everybody. I've got to get off of here. I think my camera just died anyway. Thank you so much for coming. We're going to be right back here tomorrow at the same time. So I will see you soon. And remember, go check out the link in my bio if you would like to work deeper with me, or if you'd like to join my Patreon where I've got all the secret teachings at, or if you'd like to pick up my book, my workshop, anything like that, or if you'd like to come meet me in person in France. You can get your ticket in my bio, and I will see you there. I love you guys, and we will talk soon.